Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Ibrahim Hanbal. I am a teacher handling 3Is, and in this video, we'll be going over one of the problem analysis tools, specifically the cause and effect analysis. Cause and effect analysis is a tool used to find the root cause of a problem. It is also sometimes called fishbone analysis if you use this sort of diagram as seen here. So there are a few simple steps in cause and effect analysis. First is to select a problem. Second is to determine the effects. Third is to determine the causes. Fourth is to determine or to repeat that for new entities. And fifth is to decide which root causes to solve. We will focus on the three steps for now, the first three steps. So let's determine first or select first a problem. So as you can see here, on the right side of my screen, I have actually written down a problem already that we would like to solve, which is garbage disposal. In my case, I feel that garbage disposal is an issue that many barangays face, especially here in Baguio. And this is one issue that we can try to determine, we can try to tackle using our cause and effect analysis. The first step that we will do is write down the effects. So, this is the general problem. What are some specific effects of garbage or improper garbage disposal? So, let's write that down here. One obviously is the increasing amount of waste. So as more and more waste is not disposed properly, we end up we end up having more waste scattered everywhere and just lying down in this or lying around in the streets. Another effect could be waste is scattered in the streets. So that is another effect of improper garbage disposal. Another effect could be that waste is not properly collected and disposed of. So obviously, if there's too much waste, the ones who collect and manage and dispose of that will not be able to do it all immediately since there is just too much to handle. So those are our specific effects. What about now our specific causes? So that's what we will do here. So what we start first is by writing down the general causes. So we will write down, let's say, in this case, four broad causes. So each one of these lines represents a general or a broad cause. So let's say one cause or one general cause could be the government. So that could be one of our general causes. Another here could be facilities, the waste management or waste disposal facilities. Another cause or general cause could be the procedures themselves. Let's put that here. And one other general cause could be people, so residents and whatnot. So now that we have our general causes, we will now place specific causes here. So you can see that there is these lines, these dashes here on the line. What we're going to place here beside them are the specific causes under the general cause. For example, under the government, what are some specific causes under the government? So obviously, one issue is that officials they are prioritizing other programs. So it could be that government officials here are focusing on other programs or other critical issues. So garbage disposal isn't necessarily on the top of their priority list. Another specific root cause could be something like a lack of funding. So obviously, the government, the LGUs do not have infinite money, so they need to allocate funds for certain programs. So they might not have enough funding for tackling this issue. Similar to that, another root cause or another specific cause could be a lack of manpower. Again, same thing. The LGUs, the local government agencies here in Baguio, do not have infinite personnel. So they will have to allocate specific personnel to tackle specific issues or specific problems. So those are our specific causes or our root causes for the government. What about the facilities themselves? So some, let's say, specific issues with that is that the waste management facilities cannot keep up with demands of residents. So obviously, there is not enough, or there is demands. There is not in there might not be enough facilities to handle all of the waste being produced by all of the residents here in Baguio. So that could be one of the root causes. Another one could be the facilities themselves are not maintained. So either that they are poorly maintained, they have very poor maintenance, or they are not maintained at all. So that could be another issue. A third root cause could be that the facilities were not were not created for a large population. So why is this a root cause that I listed here? As you know, Baguio City originally had a much smaller population, but as the years went by, more and more people came here, more and more people migrated. We have more students and more tourists who come here every year. So that could be another issue. The facilities were not built to handle such a large population in this city. So that could be one of the root causes as to why we have such many issues with garbage disposal. So that's our four facilities. What about now going down here to procedures? What are some root causes under procedures or some specific causes? So one is that the locals are not properly following waste disposal procedures. So that could be one issue. Locals are not following the waste disposal procedures. Similarly, another specific issue is that tourists tourists are not properly following waste disposal procedures. So those are some possible causes as to why we have such improper waste disposal. A third specific cause or a root cause that we can identify is that the current waste disposal methods are inefficient. So it could be that our current methods are simply not fit either for the city or for such a large population. That could be one of the reasons why we have so many issues with waste or garbage disposal. So moving on now to the last general problem or general cause, we have people. So what are some specific causes that people do or that people cause for garbage disposal? Obviously, one is that more people are migrating to Baguio. So let's take Baguio as the example here. Oops. So obviously, more and more people are coming here to live permanently, or they are living here for quite a long time. Similarly, there are more students studying in Baguio. So whether you are college or senior high or junior high, many students are coming here to study. Take note, we're not saying that these people are at fault. They are simply a cause which will indirectly cause this effect. So that's what we mean by this. We are not blaming the students or the people coming here to Baguio. We are simply saying that in this diagram, based on what or based on our observations, more and more people obviously means more and more waste. Similar to that, large amount of tourists come every year. So obviously, many tourists will visit Baguio for the different festivals, different events here in Baguio. And again, as more and more tourists come, they will generate more and more waste. So those are some of the specific causes under people. So let us wrap up this diagram. As we can see, we have three general effects or three effects of improper garbage disposal, and these are the general causes: government, facilities, procedures, and people. And under those, we have each, or under each of those, we have three specific causes or root causes. So, in your groups, I would like you to do something similar. You think of a, specific problem or a, problem in your local barangay, in your local uh, province or region, and you try to conduct analysis using this method. I would recommend for cause and effect analysis, you use this one, the fishbone diagram, since it is much easier than doing the regular cause and effect analysis using a flowchart style. So this is much easier to do compared to the other methods that I've seen. So that's what I recommend. You can again use other cause and effect analysis diagrams, but I recommend using the fishbone diagram since it is much easier to work on. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching and have a good day.